Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Natalie for DieselDollarBudgets, and today we're going to be doing a video where I show you how I set up my planners for the week, and then also just doing a daily how I use my planners. So at the moment we're setting up my Hobonichi weeks, and those sticky tabs that you see me moving at the moment are just reminders for cleaning tasks that I like to get done. These can be moved week to week, so some of those tasks I perform monthly, so I just move them 4 weeks in advance, and it just helps me to remember when those tasks need to be completed. I've also divided up that right hand side page with 3 sections using my Tombow dual brush marker. Sadly, I don't know the number of this marker because it's been well loved and the numbers have rubbed off. I'm just setting up my first section, which I use as a weekly habit tracker. So there you saw me put a title sticker and then a Monday to Sunday sticker. I've made these stickers myself. They're on transparent matte paper, but you could buy something similar from Randy.plans or any other Etsy store that sells items like this. I then like to take a neutral grey marker and just mark out the Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday sections of those habit trackers, just because I'd like to be able to define which day I'm filling in. I then go in with the tasks that I like to get completed weekly. So these include my morning medications, my morning skincare routine, contacting a loved one, whether I've completed any paid surveys, whether I've done any journal entries or memory keeping for that day, because I like to keep up to date with that, and then whether I've tidied the kitchen at night, because I don't know about you, the worst thing for me is coming down in the morning when there's a dirty kitchen and you just want to make breakfast but everything's a mess. And then the other 2 tasks are again my PM skincare routine and taking my PM medications. So I just like to track those on a daily basis so that I know that I'm getting those tasks completed. So because I like to keep my desk somewhat clean as I'm planning, because I do have a small area to plan in, I like to put my stickers away as I use them. This binder I got from May Paper Co, and it's just a nice little sticker binder that I use. All of the stickers that you see me using I have created myself, but as I say, you can find something similar to Randy.plans. I tend to like to use stickers as my headers because I don't think that I have nice enough handwriting to create headers, and I just think that this looks a little bit cleaner. The next binder you see me reach for is a mini happy planner, and in here I just house my tiny icons that I've created for my appointments. I just made these pages using some business card inserts that I bought from Officeworks, and they just worked really well. I just hole punched them so that they would fit into the mini happy planner. And here I just like to use different little icons for each of my appointments. So for example, this is a Skype image here that I'm putting in for an appointment that I've got via a Skype call. And I like to just differentiate my appointments using different icons so that I know what the appointment is going to be, and just writing it down so that it's a little bit of a reminder of what I've got to do. You then see me migrate these sticky tabs onto the next few weeks, because I know I've got another appointment next week with my psychologist, and then the next fortnight I don't know whether it's going to be a Skype call or whether it's going to be in person, so we'll just find that out. Now I'm just going into my to-do section, and I'm going to be writing down my weekly to-dos. Some of these are consistent throughout the month, but other ones are bi-weekly, so I like to make sure that I've got my sticky note there which has all the tasks that I need to get completed during a week, and I only write down the ones that pertain to this particular week. You'll see me flip back and forth in between the weeks just to confirm which tasks need to get done. As I said, some tasks get done bi-weekly, so I was just checking that I needed to get the recycling bins out this week instead of the rubbish bins, and just, making sure that I'm getting the right tasks done on the right weeks. Again, just putting away my stickers as I go, and I'm going to flip to another set of stickers for my tiny icons. I can do a full flip of all the stickers that I've got in this binder if that's something that you want me to share with you. But, as I say, these are all just stickers that I've created myself, and they're just little reminders for any appointments that I've got to get done during the week. You'll now see me take one of the stickers that I've got and just trim off a bit at the end, just so that I can put it in to remind me to take out the recycling bin. With that planner now being complete, I now go on to my Hobonichi Cousin, which is a A5 planner that I use to track all of my social media as well as other tasks that I need to get done. In this weekly layout, you'll see me separate each day into different sections so that I can just confirm what type of task I'm going to do. So up the top, I normally put either an appointment or a AM routine. Then where you see me highlight at the moment is my social media section, and I just flip them back and forth to make sure that I'm putting the titles in the right section. And then down the very bottom, I tend to put in my PM tasks that I need to get done. In the sidebar, I also like to have a different type of habit tracker. This is tracking similar habits, but not exactly the same ones that I've got in my Hobonichi weeks. And then I also like to have a running task list for things that need to be completed during the week as well. Again, I'm going to be using those title stickers that I use for different sections. These were, again, made by me, and they're on transparent matte paper. So I'm just taking out all of the headers and the sidebar stickers that I use during a week. It just makes it a lot easier for me to complete all my tasks and know what tasks are getting done. I tend to separate my stickers based on which planner I'm using. So this binder is again a binder by Maypaper Co. And this sticker binder is the one that I use for my Hobonichi Cousin stickers. So there are a lot of stickers that I use in this notebook. And as you can see, I'm putting down the header for the tracker section, and then another header for my this week section. Then I'm going to be placing a tracker sticker down the side. Now this is a vertical tracker rather than the horizontal tracker that I used in my Hobonichi weeks. But again, I will use a pencil and a ruler just to create a little box for that habit tracker. Again, I like to highlight the Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday so that I can differentiate between the days. I then place down a sticker for the tasks that I like to track on my habit tracker. So those include my AM medications, my AM skincare, whether I've done a journal entry, whether I've done some tarot study, if I leave the house, because as you know, I have agoraphobia, and then my skincare and meds for the evening time. I then like to refer back to my Hobonichi weeks to see whether I've got any appointments for the day. So as you can see here, I've just placed an appointment sticker on the Wednesday because, as you saw in my Hobonichi weeks, I do have an appointment on Wednesday. So I like to write that down, and then I will put my AM routine underneath that appointment once I've finished filling that in. I then like to mirror these sections on the right hand page as well. So again, just putting up sections at the top for any appointments or AM routine, then moving down to my social media section, and then at the very bottom having the tasks that I complete for my PM routine. You'll now see me take some AM stickers that I use to highlight my AM routine. So I put these up the top because as I look at the days from top to bottom, my AM routine is what I like to get started with first off in the day, unless of course there's an appointment, and then I make sure that that's the one that stands out. So as you can see for Wednesday, there's an appointment Wednesday morning, therefore the Wednesday appointment is above my AM routine, just so it stands out and I know that it's there. After I've put down those AM routine stickers, I like to write down what my tasks are first thing in the morning. So these tasks include taking my medications and vitamins, checking my planners for any important tasks that I need to do or appointments for that day, then my skincare routine, making sure that I complete that, and then making sure that I wake up Luke at 8 a.m. because I tend to wake up earlier than him, and because he has sleep apnea, he struggles sometimes with getting out of bed. So I like to wake him up so that I know that he's up and walking about and getting everything done that he needs to get done for that day. As I've said previously, I tend to repeat writing down all of my tasks that I need to get completed just so that I know that I get them done. If they're in multiple places, I have multiple spaces that remind me to get those tasks done during that day. So a lot of repetition in between all of my planners and in the actual planners themselves, which may seem redundant to some people, but as I've said, if I don't see it to remind me, I don't do it. Underneath my AM routine task list, I write down another header, and this will be my to-do list for the day. This is similar to what I put in my daily sections in my Hobonichi weeks. Again, tasks that I want to get done during the day but don't necessarily have to be checked off. The main tasks for me that have to get checked off are my AM routine and my PM routine. Again, I will just mirror everything onto that right hand page, so I'm going to actually skip through this part because it's fairly boring to see me just writing down the same tasks that I've written down on the left hand side page. I will then go through with my to-do stickers on each of those headers just so that I've got a heading for those sections in all of my days. As I said previously, these tasks that I write down under my to-do headers don't necessarily have to be done on the day that they're written, but they're just things that I like to make sure that I want to get done. The next section you'll see me put stickers down on are the social media sections, and I've just used a work sticker at the moment because I've run out of my social media stickers. But in this section I like to write down anything that I want to post to social media that day. These sticky tabs that I've created are color coded for the different planners that I use or the different kind of content that I want to upload. So whether I want to upload it to Instagram, TikTok or YouTube, or whether it's for my Hobonichi weeks, my Hobonichi cousin, or my Hobonichi Techo, or even if it's just for all my general planners. The next session after that is going to be my PM routine section, where I just put in my PM routine sticker, and then similar to my AM routine section, I write in my PM tasks for that day. So the tasks that I like to get completed in the PM are whether or not I've tidied the kitchen. As I say, I like to have multiple places where I put the same sort of information, so this is similar to my Hobonichi weeks. Then whether I've done a journal entry, because I find doing a journal entry at night helps me to reflect on the day and also do a little bit of memory keeping. Then whether I've done my PM skincare routine and also taken my PM medications and vitamins. Again, this will just continue throughout the week, so I'm just going to skip this so that I don't have to bore you guys with me filling in the same information all the way across the week. Once again, after writing down all of those morning tasks and evening tasks, I like to put in my tiny icons so that I can differentiate between the appointments for the week. And then that is the setup complete for this week. So I hope you like the little sound effects that I'm using in between each of these days, because that's supposed to symbolise my morning coffee, because I do most of my planning in the morning. The first thing I do is I like to write down the first major 3 tasks that I need to get done on that day, and I use the bullet end of my Tombow brush marker to write down little dot points, and then I write in the tasks that I want to get completed. In this case, the tasks that I wanted to get done on the Monday were to make sure that I refill my pill container, and then I also wanted to start filming a week in my planners video, so that's what the video is that you're watching right now. And then I also wanted to remind myself to fold and put away the laundry, which you'll see tomorrow that I didn't actually end up getting done. I then will go to the right hand page and fill in my habit tracker for the day. And then, if there's anything else that I need to write in my notes section, I'll do that. I'll then flip to my habit tracker section, which is just an extended version of my weekly habit tracker. This also includes whether I've eaten any meals during the day or, anything like that, whether I've had my period, that sort of thing. I will then also track my sleep using the Fitbit app, and I like to also check off whether I feel well rested, whether I've had any nightmares or sleep paralysis. And then I also track my mood, so just to see how I'm going during that day. The next section that I fill out is my roles, and this is a section that was recommended to me by my therapist. He said that because I've been suffering from a lot of, depression and anxiety, that it was best to sort of write out the tasks and roles that I fill in life, just so I know that I'm not doing nothing, which is what I felt like I was doing when I had my little bit of a breakdown. I then make a daily section behind this, and I use these dated stickers that I've created. Again, you can find something very similar by Randy.plans, and I write out a minimum of 8 tasks that I want to get done during the day, so I just write dot points with that dual brush marker, and then anything that I want to get done during that day. So these are tasks that I don't necessarily have to get done. They can be anything. They're pie in the sky tasks, but the major 3 that I put in my weekly pages are what I really need to get done during that day. You'll now see me open up my Hobonichi cousin to my weekly section. I do tend to, refer a lot to my Hobonichi weeks for things that I want to get completed in here. And I normally use my pencil board, as you can see, to just give my page a little bit more structure. And I cross off any of the AM tasks that I've already completed. I then will refer to that week's daily section in the weekly Hobonichi and just rewrite the task list and then elaborate on some of those things. So for example, if there's a specific video that I want to edit, or if there's a specific thing that I need to get done, I tend to use my Hobonichi cousin more as a work and social media planner, at least the weekly sections for this. After writing in my to-dos, I will then cross off the tasks on my habit tracker that I've completed already. I then move down to the social media section and I move that sticky tab across to the next week. And then I write down any of the social media posts that I make or plan to make that day. So I like to at least post once on Instagram each day, whether it be a post, a story, or a reel or something like that. I'll note it down here and then I'll tick it off once I get it done. The next planner you'll see me working in is my tarot journal. I don't tend to set this up each week. I like to set this up on the specific day. So as you can see here, I have pulled the Ace of Wands. And again, I've got a separate planner sticker binder for this from May Paper Co. And I have a tarot card header, which I put at the top. I like to have a visual representation of each of the cards that I pull each day, so I've just downloaded these images from an Etsy seller called Jewelry Dreams Co. and turned them into stickers. These are they're not exactly the same images that I use in the tarot deck that I use, but they're a good visual representation just while I'm learning. And I like to stick that in the top right hand corner, just below where I put that tarot card header. I will then go through and label all of my categories that I like to track for. So I put in the name of the card, then the astrology that's associated with it, the element that it's associated with, and a quote. And then on the left hand side, from that delineating line, I like to put in the keywords that I find. As I'm still just a novice when it comes to reading tarot cards, I like to use 3 different resources when I search for tarot card meanings. So one of those resources is the Ultimate Guide to Tarot Card Meanings, which I've downloaded onto the Kindle app. And then you can also see that I've got 2 other apps that I use when I'm doing my tarot study. This is just so that I can learn the basics of each card and their meanings. I don't really follow tarot that too much, but I like to be able to learn something, and this was just something that interested me. The next resource that I utilize is the Total Tarot app, and this has just got basic information about what the key meanings are of each of the tarot cards. I tend to just read through this and then just copy out the keywords. The last resource that I have is the Labyrinthos app, and I find that this has a lot of information on it as well. This is where I get the information in regards to astrology and elements and quotes from, and also specifics on what the tarot cards mean in regards to love, career, and finance. I do find that this is a better resource, especially if you're learning, because they do have a lot of quizzes and that sort of thing, and both of these apps are free, so if you want to download them, I can link them down below in the description bar. Once I've finished filling out all this information from these different resources, I tend to take a photo of the card that I've used that day and then post the photo to social media. Then I can utilize that to have a post on Wednesdays where I do a tarot journal flip through for that past week. But other than that, that's my day in these planners for today. So here we are again, starting off with my Hobonichi weeks on Tuesday. Again, I'm just going to write down the 3 main tasks that I've got for the day, things that I want to get done. As I said, I didn't get my laundry done, so that's going to be added to this task list again. I then want to make sure that I vacuum the floor and also groom and brush Diesel before I do that, just so that I know that the floor is clean and we're not having to pick up any dog hair, because if you have a German Shepherd, they're named German Shedders for a reason. I'll then go and cross off any of my habits that I've completed in that habit tracker. Then moving on to the monthly habit tracker, and again just filling in any of the tasks that I've already done and filling in my sleep for that day. I've tended to be having a lot of nightmares lately and it really sucks, so I'm not really getting a lot of good sleep. Next, going on to my roles again and just crossing off all the roles from yesterday that I know that I fulfilled. And then if I feel like I've fulfilled any of the roles today, then I'll cross those off as well. I then start off with another daily checklist. So again, doing the same thing as I did yesterday by using those stickers and just making sure that that highlights the day, and then putting in at least 8 dot points so that I can do at least 8 tasks, if not more, during the day. I will continue to refer to this list during the day just so I know that I'm keeping myself on track, but also adding to it just in case there are things that I think of that I really want to get done for today. I'm now going into my Hobonichi cousin and just taking off any tasks that I did get completed yesterday. I forgot my pencil board yet again, and writing out what I have completed for today from my AM routine. I'm then also copying any information from my daily pages that I want to get done and any daily tasks that I need to get completed. I'll then transfer my social media sticky notes onto the next page, and then write in the social media tasks that I want to get completed for today as well. I'm now pulling out my tarot journal and I'm just filling it in the same way I did yesterday by putting in all the stickers that I need to use. Today I pulled the Knight of Wands, so I'm just going to put in the header for my tarot card and then find the corresponding visual representation sticker for that card, and then use the same sort of resources to fill in the information that I've been using in this planner. Once I've completed this spread, I will then take a photo for social media and then post it to my stories on Instagram. So as you can see with these Week in My Planner videos, every day pretty much starts out exactly the same. I will first fill out my Hobonichi weeks and fill in those 3 tasks that I want to get done specifically on that day. I will then flip to my monthly habit tracker and then mark off any tasks that I didn't mark off for the yesterday, and then any tasks that I've completed for today. Then marking off my sleep and if I've had any nightmares or sleep paralysis. I'll then flip to my dailies and create a task list for the day. If you can see to the sidebar of each of those daily lists, you'll see that I've also decided to add in some mini task stickers just so I can write a highlight from that day. This is just something to make it a little bit more interesting and not waste that space, and also just to say, hey, you know, this was the highlight of the day, these are the things that happened, or if there's any packages or any special events on those days, they will be highlighted in that section. I'm then going to start working on my Hobonichi cousin and just cross off my AM tasks that I've already completed, and then write down my to-dos, copying them from the daily sections that I needed to use. I found that my pen was a little bit inky, so I just wiped it off on a napkin. And then I'm just writing in those tasks that I have written down already in my Hobonichi weeks, but putting them in the Hobonichi cousin daily section. I'll then move the sticky note from my social media section to the following week, and then write in what social media post I want to do. I decided to use these icon stickers at the bottom as well and put them in to resemble which social media platform I'm using, so in this case Instagram. And I'm just putting in that I'm going to be uploading my Hobonichi Techo flip through for the week. Next, I'm working on my tarot journal. As you can see here, I pulled the Knight of Cups for the 12th of July. I'm just going to put in my stickers, so my heading being tarot card, and then find the sticker that corresponds with the Knight of Cups, and then using those 3 resources that I've used previously to put in the information that I use in this planner. Once I've written down all the information that I like to put into this tarot journal, I will then take a photo of it for my social media and post it in my stories. So as you can see, I've got a fairly good rhythm and habit when it comes to filling out my planners. Again, we're just going to be going in and doing those 3 daily tasks for my Hobonichi weeks, just so I know what tasks I want to get done specifically on that day. On this day specifically, I had to add in on the left-hand column that we were going to be visiting my sister because it was her birthday. So we were invited over there to have dinner and cake with her to celebrate her birthday. So, you know, I just wanted to put in a sticker that was going to represent that fun time with the family and also represent cake because we all love cake. Then again, flipping to my habit tracker for the month and just crossing off any tasks that I didn't cross off yesterday and crossing off tasks that I got completed so far today. Then filling out my sleep tracker and whether I've had any nightmares again, which I have still had nightmares for the last few nights running and it really sucks. I then flip to my daily pages, and again with my Tombow gel brush marker I create a header and then stick down the date using my tweezers and my transparent matte stickers, and then write down at least 8 tasks that I want to get completed during the day. Again, moving on to my Hobonichi cousin and then going to the weekly pages, I'm going to fill in what tasks I've completed from my AM routine and then write out my task list for the day using my Hobonichi weeks as a reference. If you saw just then that I used that white gel pen, I just used that to erase some of the fountain pen. Just because I don't really like having mistakes in my planner, but you know, sometimes mistakes happen. If it's just a small one, I'll just use a white gel pen to sort of go over it and erase it. I will then take that sticky note from my social media section and move it to the next week, and then fill in what social media post I'm going to do for that day. In this case, it was a midweek spread for my Hobonichi cousin that I posted to Instagram. Once I have completed that task, I will then check it off so that I know that that's what I've done for the day. I'm then going to place down my Instagram stickers so that I know that that social media task is for the Instagram app. Now moving on again to my Hobonichi A6 Techo, which I use as my tarot journal. On this particular day, I pulled the Three of Cups, which is actually a card all about celebration, which is quite fitting considering it was my sister's birthday. So I'll just put down my stickers that I use, and then I will fill in all the information that I use from my resources. Once I finish filling in all the information, I will then take a photo and post it to social media into my stories on Instagram, and then I will move on to the next new planner in my lineup. So if you've been wondering what the notebook in the back of this planner is, that's my Hobonichi notebook that I've been using as a reading journal, and it's just where I track any of the books that I read. It's only just really come into handy now because I've only just set it up, let's be honest. So I just colour in the circles of each chapter that I've read, and I also take notes so that I'm being more intentional with what I'm reading and how long it's taking me to read the books. Again, we're going into my Hobonichi weeks just to mark out what I'm going to be doing for my top 3 tasks for today. In this case, it was to upload shorts and do the laundry and then pick up Mum for the weekend. I will then flip to my habit tracker for the month and then cross off any tasks that I completed yesterday and today. And then I will move on to track my sleep using my Fitbit app. I'll then fill in my roles tracker, which I haven't filled in on camera for the last couple of days, so I think I had to play catch up in this. I'll then flip to my daily section, and using a Tombow dual brush marker I will create a header, then stick down my date sticker, and then create any number of tasks that I need to get done for that day. Next I'll move on to my Hobonichi cousin, and I will mark off any of my AM routine things that I need to get marked off, and then refer to my daily trackers or dailies in my Hobonichi weeks to write out a task list for the day. I'll then remove this sticky note from the bottom of my social media tracker, and seeing as how this is a task that doesn't get completed every week or every fortnight, I'm just going to put it in the back section where I keep my sticky notes that I use for my social media tracking, and when I do need to use it I will bring it back and put it into another weekly layout. Once I've completed this task, I will then cross it off and then continue with the next planner. Next I'll be working on my tarot journal, and I'll just be doing the same sort of layout that I have been for the last few days. So just highlighting that top section and then putting down a tarot card header, then searching for the corresponding tarot card sticker that I have pulled the card for. So in this case for today my tarot card was the Queen of Pentacles, so that's the one that I will search for and I will put it on this page. Once I've written out all the usual information, I will then take a photo of this page and then post it to my stories on Instagram. Welcome back to Saturday in my Hobonichi weeks. I'm just filling in the top 3 tasks that I want to get done today, which, by the way, did not get done because we had a surprise visit from Luke's older brother who came with his kids to celebrate Luke's birthday. And I also had very little sleep this day. I think I slept maybe an hour and a half. So when I was asleep, they arrived, and then I got up and had a bit of a anxiety attack from feeling guilty that they had arrived. I'm then going to cross off all my habits that I've completed for the day and then cross off the habits in my monthly habit tracker. I'm then also going to track my sleep, which, as you can see, I have highlighted the 3 hours or less. So I've just had nightmares and sleep paralysis and all the fun things happening today. So now I'm just creating a header for the daily section, and I'm going to take my stickers and put the corresponding day down as a header. And even though I'm writing down my task list, I didn't know at the time that none of these tasks were going to get done because we were having our visitors. But I'm not so upset because, let's face it, I'd rather be spending time with my family, and these are just tasks that I can get done any other time. So it was nice to be able to catch up with the kids and also Luke's brother. So, it was a good day overall anyway. Moving on to my Hobonichi cousin, you will see me crossing off the tasks that I got completed in my AM routine, and also writing down any of the tasks from my daily checklist that I want to get done. At this time, I didn't know that we were going to be having visitors come over, so I didn't put that in my planner at first, but, I didn't plan on having a nap either, so that wasn't put in there until later on as well. Next, moving forward with my tarot journal, again just creating the same sort of layout that I've been doing every week, or every day I should say, just putting out my tarot card header, then finding the corresponding tarot card sticker. So today I pulled the King of Swords, which is a card that I tend to get quite often, and then just filling out all of the information that I want to in this layout. Once I've filled in the details of this layout, I will then take a photo and I will post it to my stories on Instagram and check it off in my Hobonichi cousin. Now just updating my reading journal, and I'm just colouring in the circles for each of the chapters that I completed last night. I'm then going to flip over the page and then write down some notes that I wanted to make in regards to the chapters that I did read. You can see that off camera I did fill in a bit more information and some more notes that I wanted to take on this book that I'm reading, which is Days of Blood and Starlight, which is the second novel in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. Welcome back to the final day of this week in my planners video. So I'm just updating what I wanted to get done for my tasks on Sunday. Most of these were just things that I wanted to do for catch up that I didn't get done the day before. So it was mostly just, going grocery shopping and then driving mum home, and I wanted to start downloading more icons for new stickers. I don't know why, this is just something that I enjoy doing and updating my stickers as often as possible. I'm then going to fill in my weekly habit tracker, which I haven't been doing, but I wanted to fill it in right now. I'm then going to flip over to my monthly habit tracker and just fill out any of the tasks that didn't get done yesterday or that did get done yesterday, and also the tasks that I completed today so far. As you know, I do most of my planning in the mornings, but then, I always refer to my planners at night as well. I then wanted to take note of my sleeping habits by just using the Fitbit app and just update that. Now I'm flipping to my daily section, and I've already highlighted the section with my Tombow dual brush marker, and then I'm putting down the corresponding day sticker, and then I will take the bullet tip and put down dot points so that I can do at least 8 tasks for this day. Now we're going into my Hobonichi cousin, where I'm just going to update my morning AM tasks that I want to get done in my routine, and then also filling in the tasks that I want to get done for the day. So a lot of this is just, as I say, repetition, checking in, and all of that. I tend to use my Hobonichi cousin not only as a work planner, now that I realise, but I also put in a lot of things like, memory keeping as well. And I'm hoping that next time I film this video, I will be able to show you a few of the daily pages that I put in, but I need to backtrack a lot of those, which I haven't done. So yeah, just transferring that sticky note to the next week, and then that's this week completed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video.